Poor people usually spend their money and invest what's left. That's the philosophy of the poor. Now, here's the philosophy of the rich. Rich people invest their money and spend what's left.
Are we actually rolling? We're rolling. That's more than fair. Guys, today, Luke Del Priore back with another video. We are talking about the biggest lie, the single biggest lie, because mind you guys, there's probably over 100 that I could talk about just off the top of my head, but today we're talking strictly and exclusively about the single biggest lie ever told about money. This lie is the worst lie because this is the lie that has created what I call generational curses in relation to people's ability to earn more income and ability to actually create a more generational level of wealth for their future kids and for their future grandchildren as well. This is an idea that was basically instilled and dropped into us by big financial institutions, and it's a belief set that unfortunately people have carried to this day, and it was given to us by the banks. There's a bank right there. There's a bank everywhere. Best business in the world. Guaranteed return on investment for them. Guaranteed getting your money fucking sold from you for us. Let me explain. The biggest lie and the biggest scandal is the idea that you should be saving money at all. We're talking about Roth IRAs, we're talking about pensions, we're talking about 401ks, and I'm talking strictly to the young man or woman that's going to be watching this video. If you're later on in life, you're in your 40s, your 50s, your 60s, this video doesn't apply to you. This video is for the young man, the young woman that has their entire life ahead of them of earning income and investing money, blah, 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 blah. What is the right move for you? How many times have you heard mom or dad or grandma or grandpa say, save your money, put it in a shoebox, put it under your bed, save it, leave money in the bank, 3 months of savings, have money for a rainy day? One of the biggest lies that we've been told is continue trying to save money, because guess what? You cannot save your way rich. If your goal is to get rich and if you want to actually be financially free, you cannot save your way rich, especially on the kind of salaries from the people that you get the advice from. Wealthy people will not tell you to save money. They will tell you to get rid of it as soon as you possibly fucking can. Get rid of it trying to get a return. Get rid of it, invest it back into yourself. You are an asset. You can go out and produce more income. Get rid of it, invest into a project that can make more money. Cash that is stagnant, that just sits there, that is not being deployed into activity is dead money. You need to think about money the same way that you think about physical fitness, okay? This is my arm. If I stop using my arm, is it gonna grow or is it going to shrink? It's going to shrink because the muscle is not being used. The muscle is going to become small. Your bank account, if you let the money sit and if you do not deploy it into more active assets, is going to sit there and your money is going to atrophy. You know why? Because the fractional reserve banking system allows the banks to take the money, to draw from it, and to use it to invest for themselves to get big return on investment and leave you with effectively nothing. And you need to understand this concept of saving your money is going to be shit, because the more you save, the more stagnant you are. And like I said, you can't save your way rich. Think about it. The majority of people that tell you save your money make what? 50 grand a year, 80 grand a year, 100 grand a year. If you're lucky, maybe $150,000 a year, which is still peanuts, by the way. Let's say on that 150 a year, you have a family. You have to have a little bit of money in case of a rainy day. You have a mortgage payment. You have food. You have electrical. You have all these bills that add up. Let's think about, at the end of the year, on your 150, what you're actually left with. What are you gonna be left with? Especially in a state like New Jersey, where I live. What the fuck are you gonna be left with on 150 grand a year? Almost nothing. You're living paycheck to paycheck, living in a state like New Jersey, making 150 grand a year. That's a fact. That's not an opinion. That's a fucking fact. That's on 150. Now, with that being said, let's say hypothetically you're the kind of person that goes out and you start your own company. You're in the coaching business, you're in the e-learning business, you're in the online education business. I don't care what vertical you're in. You can make as much money as you possibly fucking want. But guess what? That's gonna take capital. That's gonna take some of your own money to say, you know what? I wanna start a marketing agency. You know what? I wanna start this venture. I wanna go out on that venture. It's gonna take your time and it's going to take your money. But you know what you can do with that? You can create more active income. And with that, with the new 200 grand a year, 300 grand a year, 500 grand a year, 800 grand a year, now that you're earning so much more money, if you keep your spending habits exactly the same, what are you then able to do? You're able to save 10 grand a month, 15 grand a month, 20 grand a month, 25 grand a month. And then there's levels to the games. You keep stepping up and stepping up and stepping up. And the next thing you know, you're not so worried about saving. You're more focused on buying assets with the earned income that you then grabbed. So now that you're saving your money, which is the advice that you got from everyone, to leave it as cash, put it in the bank, save it, you can take your saved money and you can actually purchase assets. But what does it stem down to? What does it really break down to at its core? The people that tell you to save money, they have what I call a scarcity mindset when it comes to money. And the reason they have a scarcity mindset with money is because they've never experienced a high level of earned income. When you start a business, the way that I run my marketing agency, and I know that on a decent month, I'm gonna add a new $20,000 a month in recurring clientele to my customer base, I'm not worried about saving money, because I know next month I'm gonna net $110,000 fucking dollars. And with that money, I can then take it and I can invest it. Even if I lose $100,000 taking a bet, I have a new $100,000 coming in the next month. So do you think people like us give a fuck about saving money? No, we invest and we buy assets that you're too scared to buy. And then when we buy those assets that you're too scared to buy, they fucking go up, then we sell, and you were too scared to spend in the first place because you didn't have a lot of fucking money to spend. And that's the big issue. When you're in a scarcity mindset when it comes to earning, you're also in a scarcity mindset when it comes to investing. So all the money that I make in crypto and in stocks, I make because I can take a risk with that money. If I lose it or if the price drops, I don't need to sell right away because I didn't need the fucking money in the first place. So you become a good investor on accident, basically. That's what you guys need to start fucking thinking about. You have to think about, why the fuck have I been told that I need to save my money? Mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, show me your pay stubs. The reason they're telling you to save money is because they are not making enough money to support a comfortable lifestyle where they can invest money. And it all stems down and breaks down to an earned income issue. Fucking say it with me, it's an earned income issue, because if you were able to make and net $2 million a year, you would be focused on how fast you could get rid of that $2 million to re-return that money. But on 100 grand a year, you can't do that. You need to save. So the next time you hear someone tell you, oh, you need to focus on saving more money, the first thing that you need to do is not save it. You need to spend it as fast as you fucking can. You wanna know what I did? When I dropped out of high school, when I first dropped out of high school, I had literally no money. A $0 net worth. Zero. I didn't have any loans. I didn't borrow any money from anyone. I was living at home with my parents. So I had a $0 net worth. No job, no money. You know what I did? I got my ass up and I got a job as a server in a breakfast restaurant. And I also worked at an ice cream shop. You know what I did? I took that money that I earned, that was my earned income, and I saved it. But I didn't save it to try to fucking save my way rich on breakfast restaurant and ice cream shop income. You know what I did? I took that fucking money and I saved it in a preparation to invest it. And then you know what I invested into? A camera. Well, how's the camera gonna pay you? It's just a camera. The camera is an active asset. I can learn a skill. I can learn how to use the camera to go provide a service to a person that owns a business, to take pictures and videos for that person, to then get more money out of that fucking person. You know what else I did? I invested into my sales skill. I bought a sales program. I learned how to sell. I always take my money and I get rid of it purchasing more productive assets. And because I'm willing to take these bets and take these risks, that's why I live the life that I live today. I can waste $30,000 on a fucking watch because I took the bets, if you want to call them the bets, okay? So I was working that regular job. I saved up a couple grand, bought a camera. My brother learned how to use a camera. I learned how to sell. We combine those skills, boom, 2 to 3 months, we're making 25 grand a month. You know what I did with that money that I was making? I realized that the content business wasn't super scalable, took that money that I was saving, preparing to invest, and I invested it into an entire digital marketing business team for the agency that we run today. I bought staff members, I bought software, I invested the money right away back into what? My ability to earn more predictable income. Because without that, you can't take risks. Yesterday, I spent $14,000, $15,000 on Solana. I posted it on my Instagram story. I'm willing to take a bet now on a light $14,000, $15,000 investment. Why? Because I don't need the fucking money. If it goes to zero, great. I don't care. And guess what? If it does a 5X, 6X, which I think it's gonna do, I made 80 grand doing nothing. 2 clicks. 2 clicks. Identifying opportunities is what you guys need to start doing. And you need to identify that the big lie that was reported to you, probably sitting watching the video, same way I was when I was just learning and observing, probably broke. I needed to get that fucking thought out of my head that saving money was the right thing to do. People see me, I have an Aston Martin. Why the fuck do you have an Aston Martin? You know why I have an Aston Martin? Because yesterday I went out to dinner. There was 2 young guys working valet. These 2 young guys that were working valet looked at the car. They saw Del Priori Brothers on the license plate. They see me and my brother hop out of the Aston. Yo, what do you guys do? What's going on, sir? Nice to meet you. Yeah, I actually run a marketing agency. Just so you know, my brother and I were actually the co-owners. Listen, we're bringing on more salespeople right now. So if that's something you'd be interested in, I'd be more than happy to swap contacts. Both of those guys then now come into our business and they're salespeople for our company. When they get me one deal for the agency, one deal, it's gonna pay the fucking fee of that car and then some. I took the money as cash and I got rid of it with a marketing asset like a vehicle. Don't you get it? You need to get rid of your fucking cash. Why do you think every time I go out to eat, I see it as free food? Because if I were to fucking sit there and cook the meal myself, I am wasting the most productive asset in my life, which is my fucking time. Which is my time. So many of you guys are so ridiculously unskilled and you're trying to figure out how to get rich when the reality is your skills are what are going to pay the fucking bills. And the majority of you watching this video probably have no skills. But you know what the first skill you need to learn is? You need to master your fucking mind. Before you go deep into trying to build a marketing agency, going deep trying to build anything, you need to actually get through your head that saving money is what's actually keeping you poor. You don't need to. You don't need to. It's 2024. The opportunities are absolutely endless. We started a marketing agency with effectively $0 and scaled it to a multi-million-dollar company in a year and a half. The information's all out there. It's online. You need to take access to it, and once you get it, you'll do okay. You'll do okay. There's obviously going to be learning curves along the way. You're not just going to learn it overnight, but the first concept, and like I said, the biggest lie that was given to us generationally from our parents, which really stems from the fucking banks and how they advertise to them, was that we needed to save money. You know what happened during the Great Depression? Everyone that had money in the banks lost their fucking money. They lost it. But the bank was supposed to be the fucking safe place. That's why everything is now FDIC insured. Do the fucking research. I'm not making this shit up. When the money hits my bank account, I get it out as fast as I fucking can. You know why? Because I know that if I take that money to then train one of my salespeople, the training that I then give to my salesperson is going to make my company more money. If I take the money and I buy content, more people will see my face, see my video, see my message. They'll be in support of it. And if they have no money, I can hire them as a salesperson. And if they have money, I can teach them how to build their own marketing business. You need to start to learn that your idea of saving is why you are fucking broke. Why wouldn't you take my advice? I mean, realistically, you take advice from, let's say, your parents on how to be a better parent, what to do in a relationship. They're probably qualified to give you advice on that. But in the financial department, probably not. Probably doesn't make sense. So when Dario and I started our marketing agency, everyone thinks that to start a company of any sort, I mean, obviously brick and mortar is one thing, but to start an online business, you could do it for sub $1,000. That's how Dario and I did it. We started it in our parents' basement. We had effectively no money, like I said, 2 laptops, and we started. And that was it. That's all you fucking need. And you need enough time in the market for it to actually start making some fucking profit. You need to take enough Zoom calls with enough prospects and get told to screw off enough times to get better at sales. You need to fucking run enough campaigns on Facebook and run enough bad ads to see, okay, these ones aren't working, but these ones are. We're gonna stick with these. We A/B tested this ad and this creative. These are working well, these aren't. On the sales call, this went well, this didn't. You get your metrics, you get your data, and you rinse, repeat, baby, and you just keep going, and you keep growing, and you keep scaling. And that's what we did. Right here. Take a look. TD Bank, America's most convenient bank. Conveniently, they will fucking scam you in 2 seconds to try to set you up with some bullshit 5% a year guaranteed fixed savings interest, blah, 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 blah. What, 5% a year? Bro, take the money out and buy the S&P. At minimum, you're gonna get 10%. at minimum. Obviously, some years are better than others, but historically, you're gonna get 10%. They do not want you to have your knowledge. They don't want you to have your fucking knowledge. That's why they told you to save money. Name me one person that saved their way into becoming a multimillionaire that's not over the age of fucking 45, 50, 60 years old. That's why people are enamored when they see me with all the shit that we have. They're almost dumbfounded. They're just like, how the fuck is that possible? It's gotta be a scam. No, I'm just doing the opposite of what the fucking lamestream is doing. I didn't go to fucking college. Why? Because I wanted to make money. I wanted to have a fucking sick ass supercar at a young age, not when I was fucking decrepit and old. And we got it. And we got it because we didn't follow the traditional financial advice that was given to us by our parents and by the banks. We learned what the rich people and what the wealthy people are actually doing, how to leverage their income, what they buy as assets, how they borrow against them. And these are the things that we leverage and then deploy to make more money. And then you live a better life when you have more money, because guess what? You have peace of mind. You can go tap your card at a fucking restaurant and not think about it. You can go enjoy some of the more luxuries in life and not think about it. You can take a trip with your fiance and not think about it, and you'll be okay. But you don't get to that point until you understand that the concept of saving money and overall intense frugality is not going to get you very far. Financially, it's not going to get you very far. If your earned income was high enough to where you could consistently spend tens of thousands of dollars a month and you still had plenty left over at the end of the month, you wouldn't be worried about saving because you knew you could always go out and earn more. The people that are not confident in their ability to earn more income are the savers, okay? So don't be that way. If you learn how to build a business, you'll understand that you can tap into the universe's money and generate more sales and scale as much as you fucking want, because it's not just directly tied to you. You could generate as big of a pot as you fucking want, okay? So the biggest lie ever told to us, and the biggest lie that I had to literally uproot out of my brain because it was fucking fraudulent, was this whole bullshit crap concept and idea that we ever needed to save money. No one needs to save money. I don't care if you're broke because you're trying to save money. That's a fact. And I'd rather you stay broke. Seriously, I'd rather the person with $200 in their bank account go buy a new fucking pair of Jordans at that point, because at that point you're so fucking broke to where if you have the mentality of, you know what, at that point, I just want to save the little bit of money that I have, you're probably just gonna stay broke. So ultimately the concept of saving money is a fucking waste. You need to invest your money, you need to get rid of your money, and the more cash you have, the more lazy you're gonna get as well. Even for me, with a high level of earned income, if I just let the cash settle in a bank account and I let it sit and I see it, it's easy to get comfortable, and I don't want that. So I love getting rid of it, getting more productive assets back out of my money, and then learning how to leverage my income further and further and further while still being a student in the game. Because guess what? I have mentors, I have mentees, and then I have people that are at my level as well. But I'm always learning. And guess what? The people that I'm learning from have net worths that are 10, 20, 30, 50, 100 times bigger than mine. Trust me. So with that being said, I will see you guys in the next video. Don't save your fucking money. Learn how to make more money. And if you don't know where to start, you probably just found the right channel. Now go work.